Hi everyone and welcome to the class. My name's Nicole and we're going to continue our microbusiness class. We're going to learn about credits in a business and see how they work on the business tree. Before we learn about credits, let's look again at the kibanda business. The picture shows a business where the kibanda owner makes food and sells it and she earns an income. She buys things to run her business, such as pots and plates, from a supplier. The customer on the left buys her food and spends money. Today we're going to look at credits in a business. When you allow a customer to buy something, take it with them and pay later, we say you give a customer a credit. The customer owes you money. So the picture of credits to customers that goes on the business tree is on the left of the slide. Now let's look at the yellow part of the slide. You can also get a credit from a supplier. You can get goods from a supplier and pay for them later. So they're called credits from suppliers on the business tree. Let's look at credits on the business tree. If you sell something and the customer pays later, it's a credit to customers at the top of the business tree. If you buy something from a supplier and pay later, then it's a credit from supplier on the bottom of the tree. It's a source of funds. Remember that the money at the top of the tree is always the same as the money at the bottom of the tree. So uses is always equal to sources. Let's look again at profit. It's a source of money for a business. When you make a profit, more money comes into your business and it can grow. Profit on the business tree means the money a business has made. A loss uses up the money in a business. If you buy something for 3 and sell it for 2, there is a loss of 1. When you make a loss, there is less money coming into your business and your total profit will decrease. A loss in a business could happen if you have to sell something because you need money to buy something else in a business. We learnt about profit and loss in the last lesson. Remember that profit and loss are two ends of the same thing. A loss is like a hole in the ground. If we start throwing soil into it, the hole gets smaller and smaller and then turns into a heap, which gets bigger and bigger. If you've lost money, but then slowly start to make money again, the loss gets smaller and smaller. Then it turns into a growing profit. If you've made a profit, but then start to lose money, the total profit gets smaller and smaller. Eventually, it turns into a growing loss. Let's go over what's on the business tree before we do some examples. Stock is the things you're going to sell. Owner's cash is your savings. And cash is the money you use in the business. Let's do some examples on the business tree for Timanoy's business like we did in the last 2 lessons. Timanoy buys some beads to keep her business growing. She buys yellow, red and blue beads for 3. The business tree needs to be updated. So stock is now 3, cash is 2 because she spent 3 on beads. Before she bought the beads, her cash was 5. You can see that on the right side of the slide. The top of the tree equals the bottom of the tree. They both equal 5. Next, she makes earrings from the beads and she sells them on credit. The customer takes the earrings and will pay Timanoy next week. So she knows the customer, so she gives her a credit. Her sell price is 3 and her buy price is 1, so she makes a profit of 2. Let's have a look at how to update the business tree. You need to update stock and credit to customers that's shown in the yellow box at the top of the tree. The profit also needs to be changed. Cash isn't updated because Timanoy hasn't received cash for the earrings yet. Stock is now 2. It goes down by 1 when she sells the earrings. Credit to customer is 3, which is the sale price of the earrings. Profit increases by 2 from the earrings sale, so total profit is now 5. How much is there on the top and the bottom of the tree? 7. The top and bottom of the tree are both equal. The following week, the customer pays Timanoy 3 for the earrings. What needs to be updated on the business tree? Yes, cash increases by 3. Let's look at it on the business tree. Cash increases by 3 to 5, and credit to customers is now 0 because the customer paid Timanoy 3 that she owed her. Timanoy keeps her business growing and buys stock of beads for 3 on credit. Timanoy will pay her supplier next week. The supplier knows her and agrees to let her pay next week. Let's have a look at how to update the business tree. Timanoy's stock is now 5. It increased by 3 when she bought the beads. Her cash doesn't change because she hasn't paid for the beads yet. Credit from suppliers, that's in the yellow box at the bottom of the tree, is 3 because Timanoy has to pay for the beads next week. What do you think she does next? She makes earrings from the beads and sells them on credit to a customer. What is her profit? It's 1. Her buy price was 2 and her sell price was 3. Can you remember what needs to be updated on the business tree? Stock will decrease by 2 because she sold the earrings. Her total profit will increase by 1 and credit to customers will be 3. Does her cash change? No, it doesn't. It changes when the customer pays for the earrings. Let's update the tree. Stock is now 3. It goes down by 2 when she sells the earrings. Credit to customers at the top of the tree is 3, which is how much she sold the earrings for. Profit increases by 1, so the total profit is now 6. Now let's see what happens in her business next. She makes earrings from the beads, but she sells them at a loss. How much is her loss? Yes, it's 1. Her buy price was 2 and her sell price was 1, so her loss was 1. The loss of 1 comes off her profit. Before she sold the earrings, her total profit was 6. Now her total profit has gone down to 5. What needs to be updated on the business tree? Yes, you need to update stock, profit, and cash. Okay, let's update the business tree in the next slide. Stock is now 1. It goes down by 2 when she sells the earrings. Profit decreases by 1 because she had a loss of 1 when she sold the earrings. Now, total profit has gone from 6 to 5. Timanoy pays 3 to the supplier for the beads she bought last week. What needs to be updated on the business tree? Yes, cash and credits from supplier. Now, what will happen to her cash? Her cash will go down by 3. What about credits from supplier? It's 0 because she paid for the beads. Let's look at it on the business tree. her cash goes down to 3. It was 6 before she paid her supplier, now it's 3. Credit from suppliers in the yellow box at the bottom of the tree is 0. Okay, let's see what happens next. She makes earrings from the beads and she sells her blue and yellow earrings for 3. Her customer only has 2 in cash and asks if she can take the earrings and pay the remaining 1 next week. Timanoy agrees to it. We also say that the customer has paid a deposit of 2 for the earrings. So, what is her profit? It's 1. The buy price was 2 and her sell price was 3. What needs to be updated on the business tree? Yes, we have to update stock, cash, credit to customer and profit. Let's have a look at it now. Let's look at how the business tree changes. Stock is now 0 because she sold her last 2. Cash increases to 5. The customer only gave her 2 in cash. Credit to customers in the yellow box at the top of the tree increases by 1 to a total of 4 because the customer is going to pay the remaining 1 next week. She makes a profit of 1 on the earrings, so total profit increases to 7. Okay, let's see what happens next. The 2 customers pay Timanoy the money they owe her. Customer 1 pays her 3 and customer 2 pays her 1 that she owes. She receives total cash of 4. So, what needs to be updated on the business tree? Yes, cash and credits to customers. Let's have a look at the tree now. Cash is increased by 4 to a total of 9, and she doesn't have any more credit to customers. So, what's the total at the top and the bottom of the tree? Yes, it's 9. Timanoy has no stock left. What should she do? Yes, she should buy more beads to keep her business growing. What should Timanoy do next? She should make some earrings or some other beadwork. Let's go over what we've learnt today. A credit to customers is when you sell something and the customer pays later. The profit or loss needs to be updated when you give a credit to customers. Update cash when the customer pays you. Remember to reduce credit to customers when you get paid. A credit from a supplier is when you buy something for your business like beads and pay for it later. The price you pay goes on the business tree as credit from suppliers. When you pay your supplier, you need to update cash and reduce the credit from suppliers. While credits in business may help you to get more sales, you should only give credits to people you trust will be able to pay you. There is a risk that you will never get your money. It's also very useful for a business to get a credit from a supplier. You can get stock without having the cash to pay for it. You do have to plan how you will pay for the credit from a supplier though. We've come to the end of today's lesson where we've learned about credits in a business. You might want to play the lesson again as we learnt a few new things today. So our next lesson is about money for living. Thanks for watching today's class. Have a good day, everyone. Hello and welcome to UCESCO's Microbusiness training class. Today's class is about credits in a business.